Good morning, guys. We'll start the session now. Am I audible?
Yes, Mithul.
Okay, great. Okay. So we'll start with the sector analysis and then we'll take down the stocks. So first we'll start with Nifty. Currently, Nifty is facing a resistance at 15,920 and it has a strong support at 15,440. There's a minor support at 15,650 levels. This is the zone. So if 15,650 is broken, we can see support at 15,440, and upside if 15,900 is broken, we can see a 200-300 point rally, which comes to 16,200 to 16,400. Now we go to Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty is facing a resistance at 35,550 to 35,800, and it has a support, a good support at 34,500 levels, 34,600 levels. This is a good support zone. Moreover, if I show you the Bank Nifty future chart. So here we are seeing a VCP pattern. So here is a VCP pattern. So it's a ascending triangle as well as a VCP. So 36,000 becomes an important level for an upside, and even 35,100 becomes an important level. If this is broken, we can see 36,000. If 36,000 is broken, we can see a new high probably. Now let's see another sector. We'll go to defensives, IT sector. So IT sector is now consolidating after making new highs. So this is the current range. consolidating between 29,300 and 29,000. If bank starts moving, then we can see a correction till 28,000 levels, 28,200 levels, sorry. So, and we have IT results in coming weeks, so we need to track this as well. We go to CNX Pharma Index. So Pharma Index has made a new high, and it has closed very well. So pharma stocks can be in focus in this week. We'll go to auto. So auto sector is forming inverted head and shoulder. So this is the inverted head and shoulder. So 10,900 levels becomes an important level. If this is broken, we will see fresh highs. The support is at 10,575 levels. Next is FMCG. So FMCG is also making a new high. It's making a higher. Currently, it's forming a pennant formation. So once this trend line is broken on upside, we can see a fresh momentum. Energy index. Energy index is retesting its previous swing high. So it's a higher high, higher low pattern. So now 19,400 level becomes an important zone. If it breaches this, we can see fall till 18,600. But if it reverses from here, we can see 20,200 and 21,100, which is the new high. Go with PSU banks. PSU banks are very strong here compared to the private banks. $26,000 levels becomes an important resistance over here, and we might even see a new high probably in coming days. Yeah. So this is the channel in which it's moving. So 25,000, 2,500 level becomes an important support over here, and 2,600 becomes an resistance here. Once 2,600 is broken, we can see 2,800 soon. Next is reality sector.
Hey, recording progress. பார்ட்டிசிபேட்னு வருதாங்க. ஏய், நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதுப்பா. வாவ்.
So reality sector is even forming inverted head and shoulder. See, this is the pattern. So 340 levels becomes an important support here. It should reverse from here, and 365 becomes a resistance, which is a breakout level. So once 365 is broken, we can see a fresh momentum in reality sector. We'll go with infra. So even infrastructure sector is testing its swing high, retesting its swing high. 4,300 to 4,330 level becomes an important support over here. It's even forming a pendant. So once this is broken, the trend line, we can see a fresh momentum. We'll go with mid cap. So mid cap also looks good to me. It's forming an ascending triangle with the 27,120 as its resistance. Once this is broken, we can see a fresh high. Go with the small cap now. Small cap is making a new high. We need to see on a monthly basis. Yeah. Small cap is in a momentum, and we can see the momentum to be continued. 10,000 will be a psychological resistance. Yeah, so we need to check that. Considering that auto and banks, which is a aggressive sector, it can start showing a move. So we'll start with analyzing the stocks of bank Nifty and auto stocks. First, we'll start with HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank is also forming a VCP, just like the banking index, Bank Nifty. Volumes also reducing throughout the pattern. So 1520 is an 1520 to 1530 is an important uh, resistance zone. So once we are above this, we can see trading. This can go into a good momentum once 1520, 1530 broken. We can see a fresh levels at 1565, 1570 levels and 1610 levels. But if 1460 is broken, we can see again a consolidation and the formation would be breached. So 1460 is a support over here and 1520, 1530 is a resistance. Above this, we can see a good momentum. Next is ICICI Bank. So even ICICI is forming a cup and handle of so 1665, 665 levels are important levels. Once this is broken, we can see a fresh high. Support is at 620 levels. If this is broken, the formation will be invalid. So above 665, we can see a fresh high of 700 and 740 levels. Next is Axis Bank. So Axis Bank is forming a inverted head and shoulder and a ascending triangle. So this is an inverted head and shoulder, and there's an ascending triangle as well. So the levels would be 765 to 780. This is a resistance zone. Once this is broken, we can see a fresh high. So we can see a fresh high of 840 and 885. Next is SBI Bank. So SBI has been consolidating between 440 and 400 levels. So once it starts trading above 435, 440 levels, we can see a new high of 460 and 480, and support stands at 400. Once 400 is breached, we can see 380 levels as well. Next, we'll go to Bank of Baroda. So as you can see, it's forming a up and handle on weekly. 87 to 93 zone becomes an important level. Once this is broken, we can see 110 levels and 115, 18 levels. Next is Federal Bank. So Federal Bank is also forming a BCP over here.
At Lou, you can talk, you can listen, I think.
So Federal Bank is forming a BCP. $90 level, 90 is an important resistance. Once this is broken, we can see 97 followed by 104, and the support stands at 80, 81 levels. Next is PNB. The PNB is in a consolidation. There is no pattern over there. So 43 to 46, 50 levels are important here. Once it is crossed, we can see 55 levels, and the support stands at 39 levels on weekly closing basis. Now we'll go into auto sector. Start with Maruti. So as you can see, we had analyzed earlier as well. Maruti is still in that formation of inverted head and shoulder on a weekly as well as a monthly chart. And, we already had given a target of 10,000 levels, and it has retraced perfectly from the support, which is at 6,400. So once we start trading about 8,000, 7,800, 8,000 levels, we can see a fresh momentum till 10,000 levels. And once 10,000 is broken, we can see a good momentum there. So this is a good investment stock. One shouldn't trade it, but it's a very good investment stock. You will get a better benefit. Next is Bajaj Auto. So as you can see, 4,300 levels are important over here for Bajaj Auto, and it is also forming a VCP. So 4,250 levels are important levels for trading purpose. So once 4,250 is broken, we can see 4,300, 350 levels, and once 4,350 is broken, we can see 4,800 and 5,000 levels. The support would be near 4,100, and yeah, once this is broken, we can see 4,000 levels and 3,800 levels. Next is Tata Motors. So Tata Motors is forming an ascending triangle. On a trading basis, 347 levels are important. Once 347 is broken, we can see 360, and once 360 is broken, we can see a good momentum till 395, 410 levels. The support would be near 325 levels, and if 325 is broken, we can see 305 and 285. See a short play line. So 135 to 140 is an important resistance, and it has already retraced that. It is forming a cup and handle type of pattern. And even a VCP. So yeah, if 135, 140 levels are broken, we can see 170 levels and 195 levels. Support stand it's at 100, 105, 110 levels. Next is another student. So 260 levels is an important resistance, which is even a previous high. support is at 230 levels, which has already been retested the previous swing high. Once 260 is broken, we can see 285, 295 levels. For trading purpose, $250 levels are important. Once 250 is broken, we can see 260. Next is exports. So exports has been consolidating for a while now. So here's a BCP as well. And it is trading above 50 moving average, which is a positive sign. It's a VCP as well. So if we get a closing about 1240 levels, we can see 1290 and 1320 levels. The support is at 1200 levels, 1195, 1200 levels. So yeah, once about 1240, we'll see a fresh movement. Next is TVS Motors. So TVS Motor is forming an ascending triangle. 600 level is an important support, which is even a gap resistance. So this gap is an important zone. If this gap is filled, we can see weakness. As of now, it's a very strong sector and it has been consolidating for a while. 16665 is an important level. Once we get a close above that, we can see a fresh momentum of 695 and 725 levels. For trading purpose, 630 levels is an important resistance and 600 is an important support. So if any of these levels are broken, we can see a momentum either side. Okay, so I have covered the analysis. We can take up the stocks. So you can write down your stocks which you want me to analyze, and let's begin.
Canara Bank.
You can write down in your chat box. I'll take it from there.
Mithul Bhai, Canara Bank.
Okay. So 157 and 160 is an important resistance for trading purpose. It is also forming a cup and handle type of a pattern on. If I go into weekly, it will be a cup and handle pattern. On weekly, it's a cup and handle pattern, and on daily as well, it's a cup and handle pattern. If I this is the I'll hide this. I delete this for time being. This is the cup and handle. 150 is an important support. 157 to 159 is an important resistance. Once this is crossed, we can see 170, 175 levels soon. And I'm expecting some momentum in banking stocks. So let's see how it does. Next, emphasis. So if you already have a position in emphasis, keep a stop loss at 2090 levels. A fresh entry is not suggested over here. And about 2200, we can see a fresh momentum buy. I think that profit booking should start now, as we can see this candle here with a slight high volume than previous day. So if 2090 is broken, we can see 1990 levels. And about 2200, we can see 2300 levels. Next is
ITC.
ITC. ITC structure hasn't changed as of now. It's still been consolidating near this retest zone. But we can see a momentum if this trend line is broken, which is near 210 levels. So once 210 level is broken, you can go long. We can see 220, 230, 240 levels, and the support would be at 200 levels. So one should not trade this, but one can invest for a good period once it goes about 210 levels. Next is iSure Motor.
HDFC Life.
Yeah, I'll take that. So iShare Motor 2640 is an important support, which is even a trend line support. This is conjuncting over here. 2640 level is an important support, and once it starts trading about 2750, we can see 2800 levels and 2850. Once this gap is filled, there is a gap over here. This is a gap which will act as an important resistance. So it should consolidate it near 2850, 2900 levels once the momentum starts. Next is Lakshmi Organics. Okay. So this is the consolidation zone about 240. If we get a close on weekly basis, so if we get a close about 240 on a daily basis, you can enter. The risk reward is very favorable over here. This is a gap which it had formed on Friday. So support should be below 235 and 242 levels would be a great entry point for a fresh momentum to start. Targets would be near 275, 295 levels. Next is HDFC Life. HDFC Life has been consolidating for a very long time. So a close above 730 on a weekly basis would be considered bullish. And if 635, 640, 660 zone is broken, we can see a downside till 590, 550 levels. Currently, I'm not suggesting a downside. It doesn't look like a downside. This big volume candle was due to fund selling its position, but I'm not very much bearish here. It's still in a consolidation. Once it goes above 730 zone on a daily or a weekly closing basis, we can see a good momentum. Next is NMDC. So NMDC is currently forming a pennant and 185, 190 levels is a resistance over here. Once this is broken, we can see a good upside momentum. Support is at 170 levels. Below 171, we can see 165, 150 levels, which is also a previous breakout level. So this is the previous swing high, and if you get a chance near 160 levels, you should add up with a small stop loss at 150. And above 220, it should go till 240, 280 levels. This is a monthly chart, so you would need a patience here. Next is Balkrishna. Okay. So yeah, Balkrishna has been consolidating near this zone, 2200 and 2300 levels. So once 2300 levels is broken on a closing basis, we can see a 100 or 150 point rally. And the trading stop loss should be at 2250, 2260 levels. Once that is broken, we can see again 2200 levels. Next is Edelweiss. So 76 level is an important resistance over here. 176 broken, we can see 878 and 80 levels, and above 80 we can see 84. Support is at 71, 70 levels. Next is relax. So 1140 to 1160 is an important support, which is even a previous swing high, which has been retested. And once we get a close about 1220 levels, we can see a fresh momentum till 1275, 1300 levels. Next is REC. So REC is forming a inverted head and shoulder. So once it starts trading between 155, 170 levels, you can start adding up your positions for a target of 185 and 200 levels. The support would be at 140 levels. And if you get, if by any chance we see 120 levels, you can add up here as well for an investment purpose with a small stop loss at 110 levels. Next is defects. So it has been consolidating for a while now. I would suggest that once it closes above 165, 170 levels, you should start adding up positions. Stop loss would be at 140 levels on a closing basis. Next is BF investments. So this is a resistance zone. It is a quite big resistance zone. 370 to 420 levels, and it has been consolidating for a while here. This zone. So there is a 200 point zone. Yeah, this is the support, and this is a resistance. I would suggest you to enter once 420 is broken, and do not enter early, or you will get stuck here since it's still in a consolidation. Airtel. Okay. So yeah, we need a close above 600 for a momentum to begin. 520 is a great support over here. 515, 520 levels is a great support. Uh, Once this is broken, 520 is broken, we can see we can see 495, 455 levels, and yeah. So once 515 is broken, we can see 495 levels and 480 levels. On trading purpose, 570 should be an important resistance. Once this is broken, we can see 580, 600 levels, and above 600, we'll see a momentum. So all this is a weekly closing basis level. You shouldn't enter early. You should wait for the closing, particularly in Airtel. Next is Kotak Mahindra. So 660 to 690 is an important resistance. Sorry, important support over here. It has been tested quite several times, and is also forming a pennant kind of a formation. So if Bank Nifty starts trending, I forgot to cover this. So yeah, if Bank Nifty starts trading, one can enter about 795, 1795, 1800 levels with a stop loss of 1695, and we can see a fresh high over here if Bank Nifty starts trending. Next is Karnataka. Yeah, we had covered this earlier as well. The views remains the same. Uh, 75 levels on weekly closing basis. Uh, it is forming an inverted head and shoulder. Support stands at 60 levels. 175 is broken. We can see 88 and 100 levels. Next is fine.
Amaraja battery.
Sorry.
Amaraja battery.
Okay. So yeah, fine organics. If you see, it's forming a higher high, higher low setup. I just this is a higher high, higher low setup. So yeah, this is a higher high, higher low setup, and I guess this is a great levels to add. One can add over here, and stop loss should be at 2650 levels, 2650 levels. This is an investment advice, not a trading advice. So this level looks good to add for a fresh high of 3700, 4000 levels, and support should be well near 2650, 2700 levels. Next is HFCL. I guess our HFCL target is well done over here. Like we had suggested this to buy. So about 37. The target is already been achieved, which was 57, I guess. Yeah. So this is again breaking out, and 73 to 75 levels would be important over here. Once we cross this, we can see momentum till 80, 95 levels. Next is Amara Raja. So Amara Raja is having a good support near 730, 740 levels and a small resistance at 755 levels. So once 755 is broken, we can see 770, 780 levels, and once 730 is broken, we can see a 715, 700 levels. Currently, the stock is in consolidation, so we need to watch which side it goes and then take the positions accordingly. Any queries? Exchange. Exchanging. We need a weekly closing above 85 to get momentum. Safe entry would be above 90 levels, and the support is at 75 levels. Currently, it's in a consolidation. It will be in consolidation in this month as well. So don't enter early. Once 90 is broken on weekly closing basis, then enter for 105, 110 target, and the stop loss would be at 75, 77 levels. Okay. So yeah, that's it. We'll end the session. Thank you for joining. This recording will be available on YouTube. So if you share with your friends, you can do it as well.
Thanks, Mithun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao.
Thank you.
Mudichi.